What's going on, guys? It's your boy Kev here, back with another prize picks video. Guys, we're going to run right through this one like we've been doing lately. We're doing every single showdown slate, as you guys know. I've kind of been staying away from the main slates, but if you want me to start hitting them again, just let me know. It's just me and Matt and TJ covered that slate 3 separate times over the week, so I feel like you guys get a pretty good gauge of who we like and don't like on those slates, so I feel like it just gets super repetitive and super redundant. But if you guys want me to still go over that, just let me know, or I can give you some of my favorite picks from it, maybe not go through the entire slate. But guys, if you're new to the channel or new to Prizepicks is a daily fantasy sports betting platform where instead of picking players, you pick the over and under on the projections of players. So right here, we're looking at Matthew Stafford at 295 passing yards. I can pick if I think he's going to do better or worse than that for that game. And I pair it with other picks, and I can do that multiple times, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Higher risk, higher reward. Kind of like a parlay in that aspect, but you can do single stats or fantasy score, and you can mix it with other sports, which is really cool. MMA isn't on here yet, but you guys know how much I love pairing my NFL with MMA here. Guys, if you do sign up for Prizepicks, please use code DGF. It really helps us support the channel and helps you guys out as well. You'll get a 100% deposit match bonus up to $100, so you can get $100 free, so why not? But let's get right into this video. Justin Herbert at 302.5 passing yards. I'm going to hammer that one over. He's got an average of 319 passing yards per game this year. It should be a competitive game. The Raiders are low-key the #1 offense in the NFL right now. I know they're undefeated. They're doing awesome. But the fact that they're the best offense in the NFL right now is very surprising. They're clearing nearly... I shouldn't say clearing, but they're almost at 500 offensive yards per game, which is crazy. Their defense is still somewhat average. I think this is a smash spot for Herbert, and he's going to do great. This should be a very high-scoring, competitive game. And I'm going to go Carr at over 288.5, which, I'll be honest, if you're talking historically about Derek Carr, and especially against a defense like the Chargers, sounds pretty bad on paper, but Derek Carr, I mean, I don't care what anyone says. The defense they've played this year, Steelers, Dolphins, and Ravens, are good defenses. Some aren't amazing, but they are good, solid defenses. Definitely, I would say top 50% in the NFL. And Derek Carr has been absolutely lighting it up. He's averaging almost like, I don't know what he's averaging, but he cleared 380 yards in each of those games. Cleared 380. So this is almost 100 yards less than, his floor game this year. And I don't think Derek Carr's floor game will always be 380, and he will come crashing back down to earth eventually. But still, that is such a giant value, seeing as, like I said, he hasn't had under 380 yet. So it's a tough matchup, but that is just a ridiculous value. So considering his 2021 production, which we have to consider, I mean, it's a different year. Mike Williams, I mean, you can't look at Mike Williams 2020. You got to look at him 2021. Different player. Cooper Kupp, same thing. So you got to look at what these people are doing now, and Derek Carr is absolutely, putting out right now. So I definitely think at 288, that's value too. So I like the over of both of these quarterbacks' passing yards. I don't think I did too many other single stat stuff I like. I looked at the rushing yards. Some are intriguing. Obviously, Justin Herbert could do that in one carry. He has some legs. Derek Carr doesn't use them as much, but 6.5 is easy to get to. Austin Eckler, I don't love attacking his rushing yards just because of how good he is as a pass-catching back and how they like to use them. Receiving yards makes a little more sense at 39.5. Keenan Allen, I like more of almost a PPR like stat line, like his receptions at 7 more than I like 84.5. But remember, at receptions, he has to clear this. It's not getting 7. He has to get over 7 if you're going to take over or under 7. And I was looking at Austin Eckler, like if it was 5 and he had to get to 5, I'd probably take it. Being that he has to hit 6 to clear it, that's just enough to put me out for Austin Eckler for receptions. And that's why, like, as you see the line here, 4.5. You know what I mean? So if he gets 5, you clear it. I wish it was 4.5 for Eckler. That'd be a different story for me. I'd probably take that. But touchdowns, that's another one too for Austin Eckler, 0.5. So if you think he's going to get a touchdown, but let me go back to receiving touchdowns. Mike Williams at 0.5 is intriguing to me. He has 4 touchdowns in 3 games. I'm not going to overreact. He's going to come crashing back down to earth too at some point. But 0.5, I mean, obviously that makes him, it's either he gets a touchdown or he doesn't. Right now, just how that team is rolling and how they use him as a red zone threat, and we know he has a potential. We saw it in his rookie year, but we've been kind of waiting for it to come back. He is such a dangerous guy in the red zone, and I definitely think Mike Williams, at this point, he's more likely to get a touchdown than not. I will never bank on anyone getting a touchdown, but that is a fact. And let's keep it on Mike Williams when we go to fantasy score. I didn't see anybody that popped off the page for me. Justin Herbert 23.5 is nice, but and he could absolutely clear that. But it's actually higher than his average last year. He had a great year last year. He had a better year last year than he's had so far this year. He had one boom game this year, two kind of like dud-ish games, middle of the road dud-ish games. But last year he had a really solid year, and his average was still, I think, 22.2 or something like that. So this is still over his average. So I mean, I can't say I bank on that happening every time. Darren Waller, 18 is pretty close to his line. Keenan Allen, same thing. Keenan Allen's very consistent, but he's right around this mark. Austin Eckler, same thing. The one that's standing out to me for how players are playing right now, on Monday, October 4th, 2021, Mike Williams at 17. I mean, Mike Williams, and this is an interesting stat that might get you guys to think about him a little differently than just, a touchdown monster. He is the number 2 wide receiver in the NFL right now, and if you took away all 4 of his touchdowns this year, take all 4 away, this is crazy. He's still averaging 17.8 points per game, which is, I mean, it's got to open your guys' minds up, my mind up, certainly, that he's not just this touchdown guy, and he's averaging nearly 10 targets a game. So, I mean, it's not the Mike Williams where we think he's either boom or bust. I mean, this guy is just lighting up the charts. There was a lot of buzz in preseason about him. I know Matt went over that in one of his short clips or his TikTok videos, but I mean, the hype is real. Mike Williams is killing it. So at 17, I mean, like I said, without a touchdown, he's averaging more than that. So I got to take Mike Williams over 17, just how he's playing right now and how the pace of this game should go. Yeah, nothing else pops too much off the plate for me. Like Austin Eckler, like I said, is okay. Ruggs and Edwards, those guys are nightmares for me. I never like talking about them or targeting them unless, like, Ruggs, I think at under 10, I'd probably take, just knowing that he is still such a deep threat. That's what they bank on him for. So, yeah, I'm not loving too much. It's kind of crazy looking at this supporting cast. I know Renfro has actually done very well lately. He's very consistent. I don't hate him over 10 just because, he is a decent PPR guy. But looking at this supporting cast, it's actually crazy Derek Carr is smoking the yards that much. Just like Edwards, Ruggs, Renfro, and Drake. Not doing you any favors. Obviously, Waller's amazing, but he's one man out there. But yeah, that's going to wrap it up, guys. If you do sign up, please use code DGF again. Just a little run through. I like the Herbert over 302.5. I like Carr over 288 or 288.5, whatever it was, something like that. Single stats, passing yards, 288.5. Like both of those quarterbacks over. Like Mike Williams to catch a touchdown. Not my favorite pick in the world. Never bank on someone getting a touchdown, but is more likely than not. And then I like Mike Williams over 17. So thank you guys for tuning in. If you did enjoy it, please like, subscribe, and smash that notification bell. And as always, let's cash.